About 20,000 local and foreign observers are expected to be deployed to various parts of Zimbabwe today, and President Jacob Zuma has called on the youth to register to vote in the 2014 national elections. With a news update, I'm Busima Kutulela. About 20,000 local and foreign observers are expected to be deployed to various parts of Zimbabwe today ahead of the election on Wednesday. Over 6.4 million registered voters are expected to cast their ballots to end a troubled coalition government. However, the accreditation process in Harare has been marred by logistical problems as thousands of local observers flocked to the province's accreditation center over the weekend. This raised concerns among some that they may not be deployed for the election. The Zimbabwe Election Support Network has the largest group of observers at over 7,000. National Director of the organization, Richard Chufende-Vava, blames the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission for the chaos.
The challenges have been the lists of our observers once approved by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. They were not getting to the accreditation centers on time. And this means we have to get extra money for transport, more nights in terms of accommodation. And probably what is needed is to a further decentralization of the accreditation process to the district offices, or possibly do like what political parties do. They submit a list of their party agents, then we can distribute the accreditation cards ourselves.
President Jacob Zuma has called on the youth to register to vote in the 2014 national elections. Zuma was speaking at the last day of the Young Communist League's National Council, held in Khalishiwe near Kimberley in the Northern Cape. Zuma reiterated that the story of the 20 years of democracy needs to be told in order to defend the hard-fought freedom which has improved the lives of millions of South Africans.
You must never allow yourselves to be caught up in territorial wars against any progressive youth alliance structure, particularly in institutions of higher learning, as recently as it has been shown. You have a far greater responsibility to society than to engage in turf wars. It's important for us to appreciate that the situation has changed. We've got these mushrooming kind of voices everywhere. I'm sure they need to be more united.
The Marikana Commission of Inquiry will find out this morning whether interim funding sought for the lawyers representing mine workers is available or not. Evidence leader Jeff Butlender said last week that a potential donor would meet on Friday to decide whether to make funds available. The commission sitting in Centurion south of Pretoria has seen repeated postponements after the lead lawyer for the mine workers, Advocate Dali Mpofu, temporarily withdrew. His application for the state to pay the legal costs of his clients was dismissed last week by the North Gauteng High Court in Pretoria. Simpiwe Mkhize has more.
The Legal Resource Centre, families of the mine workers and trade union AMCU have since temporarily pulled out their participation at the Commission. The Commission has expressed concern if the application for interim funding has not been approved this morning. The Commission will hear further submissions for a postponement and decide. Evidence leader Jeff Butlender.
The purpose of standing down was to establish whether interim funding was available. If so, the immediate problem would fall away. If not, the Commission would then be asked to deal with the application for postponement.
Advocate Mpofu had asked for the Commission to be adjourned until the 19th of next month, pending a hearing regarding his appeal in the Constitutional Court.
And finally, the African Union Peace and Security Council, AUPSC, will today discuss a report from the chairperson of the African Union High Implementation Panel, AUHIP, Thabo Mbeki, on its efforts to solve the outstanding issues between Sudan and South Sudan. The meeting takes place in Addis Ababa. Last month, both Sudan and South Sudan agreed to the AUHIP initiative, which aims at solving the outstanding issues between the countries, including the border issue and allegations of support for rebel groups on both sides of the border. The Sudanese government formally agreed to the request made by Mbeki and China to postpone for at least 2 weeks the deadline by which it will shut down the pipelines carrying oil from landlocked South Sudan.